Right, today's been a busy day, and if you have a look at my bench here, it's a little bit busy and messy, and it's because I was rushing to finish all of the computers that I had here for, well, all of them. Most of the computers that I had here for Paul, I hand delivered them, which I usually do, which is a good excuse for me to go and visit my pinball table, and to see Paul as well, I suppose. And every time I go over there, it's great fun. We always have just the best time, just nattering about all of the stuff that we love, and it's great. He's also sent back a few bits which are in here, and so I've got just one Spectrum to composite mod, and I've got this to play with again. This was in the workshop some months ago, the Camouflage C64, which is really, I love this one. It's a really nice case. It's got a short board in it, and is it open? Oh, it's open. Yeah, it's got a short board in it, and it's got some RCA jacks on the back here, and a reset button, it looks like, on the side here. But apart from that, it's all fairly standard. And I was thinking, oh, and a switch on the top. Oh yeah, that's handy actually. I was thinking of putting a Sidkick Pico in here and lots of knobs as well. These are for a different application, and I'm not exactly sure what they would be useful for, but I just still love it. But I would be able to have stereo output from the Sidkick Pico, so that's why that's back here. He's given me a couple of ZX81 keyboard membranes, which will come in very handy, because I have a heap of ZX81s, and I'm sure some of them need membranes. There's these. These are actually empty, and I've got Commodore 64 motherboards to go into them. So Fuzzy Lee gave me a Commodore 64 motherboard, so I'm going to drop one of those in there. So that'll give me an extra Commodore 64, and yeah, and I think I should be able to salvage one more board out of all the spare parts that I've got from all of Paul's C64. So the other one will be filled with one of those. And the last thing is, this is the C128 power supply. So I can test the C128 with a proper power supply, just to rule out my Commodore 64 power supply, which some people have said that that fault might be caused by that. But the main event that we're here for is this. This was waiting for me when I got home from Paul's. I'm just trying to shuffle a little bit of extra space on my desk. This is from Mike DX, and it comes with a letter. Let's have a look at the letter first. Dear Lee, please find enclosed a non-working computer which I believe you do not have in your collection so far. Interesting. Well, two interesting things there. One, he knows what I like, and non-working is what I like. The fault is not major, but I'm sure you'll have fun fixing it. Ah, see what you did there? I've removed the wired plug, so you'll need to source a new one. I apologise for saying it will be wired. What computers came wired? I apologise for this, as I know it was one of your favourites with non-shielded live and neutral. I do love a really dangerous plug. With all our best to you and the family. Love from Mike DX, Emma and Dottie. Thank you, Mike. Let's have a look. So, actually, right, there's an inner box. I really genuinely don't know what this is, and I still don't know what this is. I really don't know what this is. What on earth is it? I have an idea from... Oh, Mike. He said it's not that exciting. But it really is. Wow. Look at that. So a Toshiba HX10 MSX. And he has chopped off the plug. Oh, nice. So I wonder what the fault is. So we've got cassette, RF, audio, video, and an expansion bus. Is that? Oh, it's got a metal shield on it, so you don't plug, I don't know, marmalade sandwiches in it. an on-off button, and printer port, and 2 joystick ports. So it's 240, so we make sure it is from this country. I'll have to find a plug. I know so little about these computers. The only contact I had with MSXs back in the 80s was after we already, me and my friends all owned ZX Spectrums. There were no Commodore 64s that I knew of in my area. Everybody had Spectrums. And then we would go to the local computer shop in my local town, which is about a couple of miles away from where I lived. So we would, bike over there and spend our pocket money on ZX Spectrum games. I do like the way that they put arrows on things. That's very PlayStation. That is, Sony like to do that on the screws that you need to take out. So we would bike over to the computer shop to spend all our hard-earned pocket money on budget ZX Spectrum games that we would then go home and everybody would copy. And we would actually organise to make sure that we didn't waste any money. Crooks. And the computer shop one day had MSX computers in it. And oh wow. Oh, that's a rusty transformer. That could be the problem. Oh, so it's got plus 12 ground, and then AC1, AC2. So it's got AC going into the motherboard. Oh, I hope this transformer's all right. It's just a lovely thing. Look at it. It's a lovely, lovely thing. Yeah, we saw these MSX computers appear in the local computer shop, and we were like, what's that? And there wasn't very much to attract us to them at the time, so we kind of dismissed them as something that was a bit too expensive for teenage lads. There weren't any ladies at the time. Is that keyboard connector really soldered to the board, or am I just being weak? It looks like it. Yeah, it's a connector. It's just a connector that's a bit stiff. There we go. Some mechanical keyboard. Oh, I wonder what sort of switches they are. I'm not going to pull it apart now. I don't think I need to do that. That would be for another day. And I think what I'll do is probably, I'm not going to test this right now. I wish I could. I wish I had time. But have I got time? Bear with me a minute. So I found a plug, and it's modern enough. It's got the shielding on, the insulation on the live and neutral legs, so that it should be safe enough. And the earth doesn't matter because, oh, it hasn't, no, it's missing screws. Oh no, there's screws there. The screws are there. Phew. It looks like it might have the right type of fuse in it as well. 3 amp fuse, lovely. That makes me feel a bit better. Right, let's put these back in. And I'll go and get my electrician's cutters. And I know that these are electrician's cutters because they're mine, and I used to be an electrician. Putting a plug onto a consumer electronics device back in the 80s was definitely something that was something you had to learn. Everybody knew someone that could put a plug on something, because they didn't come with plugs. And in my family, I was the one that put the plugs on things. and program the video recorder to record the extenders or whatever. Should be all right as long as I don't touch any of the inner workings bit. I'm just going to get an RCD just to plug it into, give me one extra level of protection. Right, so that switch was off. So that's now got power to the switch. Nothing exploded. Shall I get a multimeter? See if we've got any voltage on the logic. So that's ground on there. Let's switch it on. Why does that say -5 volts? Oh, that's the RAM. That's the logic. 4.9 volts. Seems reasonable. Let's plug it into a screen. I'm not going to plug it into my capture. I'm actually I'm going to move my camera in a sec so you can see the mess that I'm working within at the moment. Well, you're going to have to go by the reaction of my face because I can't get the TV on camera. If this works, I'll put it on capture so you can see it. I don't think it's on the right source anyway, so yes, it works. I think it might just be it looks in black and white, so look at that. It works. So I need to explore what to do with this now because it's less broke than I was hoping, but nonetheless, I wonder, but the keyboard needs to be plugged in again, I suppose. I could do that. See if the keyboard works. I think Lee Smith might have sent me an MSX diagnostics cart. Is it something salt or? I'll have to dig that out. That will be in one of my boxes somewhere. Right, let's put that back on. Copyright 1983 by Microsoft. So the return key works. This works. Look at that. I don't know anything about these. I absolutely don't know a thing about MSX computers. Are there cartridges that I can get for these? Can people let me know if there's a cool project to plug into there? Obviously, my main way of loading things is going to be short term, loading from tape or from from a modern phone or something like that via the tape interface. So I've got a little bit of research to do. Thank you, Mike. This is marvelous. I am over the moon. It's definitely was on my list of things to acquire at some point. I've had one on the radar from another source for a while, but things haven't worked out for that one yet. Maybe that will come through at some point. But this is my first MSX, and I'm overjoyed. I love it. Thank you very much. Right, so the C128 Cry for Help video has attracted quite a lot of views, quite a lot of comments, which was what I was hoping. And I think what I'm going to do is turn the second part of that into a main channel video, which I'll incorporate some of the footage from the first episode, which is on the second channel, and then let's see if the community can fix it. And what I'm going to do is compile all of the comments and communications that I got about that and people's ideas of what it could be, and there were quite a few people that were talking about the same things. A lot of people talking about the reset signal. Some people talking about it still could be the memory. Some people saying it could be the power supply. So we've got some camps, and I'm going to make them fight, which is going to be fun. So I'll compile all of the comments together. I will put together a video where I take a random one of the comments and apply the logic to the fix, and let's see who wins. Be like Hunger Games in retro. So that's coming up soon. I'll probably do that. I want to do a comparison video quickly on this versus the Duratool, so that I can get the Duratool over to happy little diodes. I'm not going to give any spoilers on that, and so that's probably going to be a second channel video, because it's not suitable for tool reviews, not really part of the main channel content. So that'll be a second channel video, so I don't have to go into too much depth on the editing or writing of that. I can just do something where I can just waffle onto the camera a bit like this. And then after that I've got lots of things that I want to do and not enough time to do them. But I have cleared a massive part of the backlog. I took 14 Commodore 64s back to Paul today, plus numerous ZX Spectrums as well, and an Amiga 1200. And oh yeah, that's one I want to do. I want to, somebody, I can't remember their name, I'm sorry, I'll have it written down somewhere. Somebody sent me an Amiga 600, which needs a good clean and isn't working. That's everything I could ever dream of. So that will be, I'm not sure whether that's going to be first or second channel fodder yet, but that'll be one of the projects that I really want to do, because I really am quite fond of the Amiga 600 after all of these years of thinking it was the most despicable machine in the world. But yeah, anyway, right, let's wrap it up there. I've still got to edit this video and get it out and send Mike lots of thank yous. And I keep bashing this keyboard and making lots of noise. But yeah, let's say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks, Mike.